He is rich, right? Doesn't he have his own like transport? Why doesn't he have his own chauffeur and his own transport? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? Okay, yeah, yes. Hi, welcome back to the Great East Attorney Chronicles with me. We are now about to start a trial, which we actually have no details for. The only thing we know is we've met the defendant. He's charged for murder and deceit, and apparently other people are too scared of the prosecutor, I believe. So there is no one to represent him except for us. Now, based off the, I'm not sure whether I've seen the prosecuting. I assume he's on the cover somewhere, but I can't recall what he looks like. But I'm guessing, based on the name, I think he might be an intimidating looking person, like a vampire kind of person. Unless it's just my memory kicking in somewhere, but I can't visualize him right now. I think he will look a bit scary, probably. But let's see, let's go on. He's not there. Oh, I forgot they have multiple witnesses sitting in the same row. Oh yeah. So, this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable. Is that how you pronounce it? Palpable? Isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Okay. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. Right. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh yes, what is it? What? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. Oh, there he is, yeah. Who is he? Is it Judge? Is George? In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus MacGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared. Yeah, he looks like a vampire. Are you okay? Dracula, maybe? That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He's not so scary, I think. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld, I guess. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. And he speaks very good English. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Those eyes please me. Nipponese? What do you mean? Are you... Never mind. They shroud your fury, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, Mr. MacGilded. Yes, my lord? You stand accused of murder of capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? I mean, he had no choice anyway. As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a granting to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow is a student from some little island off in the far east. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen to Mr. McGilded, what a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please, may we go and play McGilded Park? Okay. Seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. Yeah, he seems popular. That's definitely welcome news. And he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. The Reaper must be scary. I need to memorize his name. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? I'm willing to bet to you that they are not impartial, especially the guy that's throwing the knife. The guy throwing the knife? The lady to the left side of the guy, the young lady, the one in the, I assume, maid outfit, but I'm not too sure. I think she's gonna give us problems. The guy on our very left too, in the top hat, the black top hat, he might give us problems too. Actually, they all look like they will give us problems. I think Granny on the right side there, she will give us problems, but not on purpose. But the lady in the middle here, I don't know. She looks like she might be impartial. I hope. Let's see. Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. Are you gonna say something? Nope. Okay. Are you just drinking in the court? I'm not sure that's a good idea. I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these bits for my grandson. Mr. Naruhodo, those people are... The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. Oh, so they're not witnesses? I'm confused. Are you not witnesses? That's right, I've only read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors, so they're not our witnesses. The judge passes sentence according to the law. I almost said flaw, I don't know why. But the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? Voting? That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. So they're not witnesses. Prosecutor Venzix? My lord. There's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounce your fame. Interesting. So it's been a while since he's back in court, and this is the first time he's back in court in a few years. Why? And also, if it's been so many years, why are people scared? I'm known as a Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years has passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So why are you back? And why are people so scared of you? Why? Like, do you traumatize people to the point that even as years pass by, they still remember you? So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance in which the court should be aware? Where did you go? Venzix. I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? There must be a reason. Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. As you wish, sir. Sir? The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. I have no idea what's going on. We must be the only ones in here who are unaware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. This feels like a trial case, sort of, because it feels like, the first case of the game where you don't know what's going on, you're just thrown into it. Some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks, known in the community as a thrice-fired mason. Okay. Why was he thrice-fired? Sorry, thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired was said to be almost indestructible. Okay. Okay, so he has a knife in his body. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. Omnibus, is it like... What is an omnibus? I know the word omnibus. Oh no. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. The autopsy report. Okay. Photograph of the crime scene. Okay. And one further item of evidence. The knife? No. Okay. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are gloves. Good lord, is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. Ew. Where was he though? Where was he? What? Mr. McGilder's gloves had blood on them? Where was he found though? Was he inside the omnibus too? Yes, I will accept this as evidence as well. Okay. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers travelling inside his vehicle at the time. Okay. So, McGilder must be in there too. Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brick maker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilder. Okay, so that doesn't make him suspicious though. Oh no! No! Okay. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Say something. Well, of course I have no recollection of such a thing. What do you mean? If you're in there, don't deny that you're in there. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. Yeah, okay. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. Oh, so he falls asleep and somebody knows that and took it to their advantage. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord, lilting so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, 'twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in my life. He is rich, right? Doesn't he have his own, transport? I assume the omnibus is a public transport. Why doesn't he have his own chauffeur and his own transport? Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about Migles now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. So, the blood is on his right hand. So the blood got onto the gloves then after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, what? The statement of the drivers is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it. There were multiple witnesses. You said the two of them were alone. What are you talking about? To the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Oh man, he won everyone over. Order. When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage, and there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. Yeah? It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, Counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Yeah, let's do it. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Oh, there's so many people. Oh. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus, so you're the driver. Bruce Fairplay, I'm a banker in the city. My name's First, Lady First. Is that a what play in there somewhere? Lady First. I don't know. Make heads for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present and in the stand were in an omnibus. Wait. What do you... Okay, we'll see first. And witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? No. Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. But they were not... Maybe they left before the murder happened. I don't know. Each, except for the driver, was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him was sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged the knife right into his gut. Now so see here. Oh, sorry. See here. The omnibus was only supposed to have 2 people. You cannot exist in there. You would not be in there. That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed. I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too. But he said there were only 2 people inside the omnibus. What are you talking about? Am I remembering things wrong? Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. This man witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Yeah, right? Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As it had been clearly stated from the outset, yes? Well, in that case, how could those 2 witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of a moving carriage. Thank you. What? How quaint. I dread that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even travelled in an omnibus? No? Well, no. We only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is. Oh, are you gonna bring an omnibus in? Can you do that? What do you mean, the actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes. The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Cool. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailey, bring forth the stricken omnibus. Ooh, can I investigate? That's cute. I like that. Baker Street, London 5th Avenue. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. So when they said inside, there are 2 inside, and the other 2 are supposed to be on top, which also makes no sense because you can see. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. Cute. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Oh, I see. A skylight. Oh. The penny drops us at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats of this omnibus when the murder took place. So they were sitting next to each other? Like they had a choice to sit separately, but they sat next to each other. I think they know each other. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. That makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced a crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. But, you know, you're inside an omnibus and you know the skylight is there. And you know there will be, you should know that there are people up there, honestly. So there would be witnesses, right? Who would do such a silly thing as murdering people inside an omnibus? There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Very well. I see no reason why not. Okay. The omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. Okay. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Yeah, that would be great. Come on, let me do it. Let us continue with proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. No, hang on. I want to see it. Let me see it. Let's go. Let's examine this. Can I go in? Okay, I see the blood there. Open the door, please. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Oh, the scene of murder. It's horrible. Wow, it's like deadly silent. There's a song. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. Yes, and that seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that? Exactly, that's what I said. I wonder. Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight, but you would have noticed if... I'm not sure when the two passengers above appeared, but you would have noticed if the carriage stopped to pick up passengers, right? Or if you or if they were already there, you would have noticed before entering that there were people on top. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. There must be some... what's that? I think it's a place to keep stuff. This seat has a handle, it seems. Can we open it? Woo! Okay, cool. Can I see inside? Can I move? No, I can't. This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Is it? Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. So it's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to store their luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Why is it still clickable though? Do I have to click something else? Guess not. Weird. How about the other side? Can we get the other side? Can I open the other side? Oh, I can't open the other side. Notice? That's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. What's your bet that will be there for it to happen and something's gonna happen there? There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. What is it though? Oh, the Crystal Tower is under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be freezing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Ceiling, yeah. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description, so I suppose it can be opened from the inside the cabin at least. We'll go up there and take a look. What is that wooden beam thing? What is that? I'm not sure. Oh, it's the back of the bench, I think. Lamp? Ew. A lamp. No? I think this is the poster though. Let's see. Yeah. I can't move things. What is that anyway? What is that? What is it? Okay. Anything else? No? Door? Window? Door? Handle? Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside then. Oh, okay. Right. Let's look at it from the outside then. Lamp? No. So I think just the top part then. London 5th Avenue. What are we looking at? So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them? And they have to pay money to do so? Yes. People need to earn a living. Brr, I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Okay, too much. Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Okay. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. I saw something though. What's that? What's that? No, 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 no. That's not what I want. What is that? There's a thing there. Can you see that? There's a thing there. Leather? No? Phoenix? Why? Why is 418? But why? It's not anywhere else, right? Okay, okay, I guess it is. Next to a ladder too. Alright. I think we've had enough. Let us continue with proceedings. Pray don't expect this Nippon stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court. Ah, I forgot he does that. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. Sure. What did witnesses saw? It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, so he's called fair play, okay. The accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his gut. I don't think you were watching. That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed. I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus and then I saw it too. How many horses would it take to pull a carriage with 4 people? 5. Alright, so when it happened, the only 2 people in the enclosed cabin area were the victim and the defendant. And so, help me. 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend to do the deed? I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. What am I supposed to think here? Is Mr. McGilded really innocent? Or could it be we didn't have enough time with him to judge. Before we could jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witness statements again and a little more carefully this time. Okay. Let me see. It was the last bus. I can press, okay.
Hold it!
Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh yes, sir. That's right, sir. Yes, ever so close. It was, sir. Freezing, in fact. You're freezing now, actually. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time. Is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus. Of course, no. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. So nobody fled the scene of the crime then. I have to say, the boss insists on running. He does every evening. The last bus of the day. Wait, who's your boss? But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, so sorry to say. Yeah. I think your boss is too much. If it's so freezing cold, you shouldn't be running it, I guess. But then, other passengers still need to go home, so... What do you mean by that? Well, with it being so cold and everything and only making 20 pence on a run, you see. Actually, I think you should charge extra for nighttime. Like, if it's the very late night one. I spent that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again. Oh my god. You should have just gone home and, set by a fire, something. One moment. I got so carried away, I forgot to press other people. Let me just, yeah. And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage. That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. Yep. Yep. There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. Oh? Okay, so... wait. What angle is this? I assume it would be... Why is sitting next to it? Oh, okay, honestly, from my point of view, if I had a choice, I would not sit next to somebody in a bus. But it's me. Maybe the old times are different. I have no idea. But then again, I guess the seats below are facing each other. That would mean that if you sit on the opposite side, you would be facing backwards. I don't like that kind of seats either. Perhaps I would sit beside another person, I guess, to face forward. It's more comfortable. However, the top deck, both benches are facing forward, so I would choose to sit not next to anybody. Not a shred in doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilder. Oh, but they were facing backwards because we checked the carriage. They were facing backwards. Weird. I wouldn't have done that. Why would you do that? Very strange. Terrible taste of choosing seats. Not a shred that it was Mr. McGilder. But all you saw was a suit, not a face. How can you be sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGilder is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilder. There is no room for doubt here. I would really wish there was. That's right. He stabbed him. Oh, yeah. Let's press. He stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to me. He doesn't look little here. They both look like he doesn't look little here. Look at him. He's like bigger than the victim. I've been thinking about a new head design, you see? So I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then, I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly. That huge great knife. A grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. Yo, wait. No, wait. Hang on. The jury looked even more convinced. Hang on. That appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilder is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. Mr. First. First in what? Oh, yes, sir. Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that... what? Yes, counsel. This is a blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. That is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. Okay, the letter M, which seems oddly familiar. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's too suspicious. Please, no. M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilder, possibly? Take your pick. It's just a letter, though. It's just a letter M. It could be W for all you know. Seems that this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake. Can I see the knife, though? But there are M's everywhere. Like yes. Like in Mason. True. That's true. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. Don't judge people. It could be a family heirloom. I want to see the M though. Can I see the M? No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Ugh. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. Alright. Can I see this? My lord. You wait a moment. I want to see the knife. Dagger. I don't know. Sword. Knife, I guess. Where's the M? I want to see the M. Okay, so it looks like M here. Right? An ornate letter M. Undeniably it's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable. What is it? Look at this M. Yes. Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said. This is one of those, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I'm sure is that it's an M. Why? Why are you sure? It looks like W too. Look at it. It looks like W. Is that all? That's all? It looks like W though. Okay. My lord. Jury number 3. What's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. No. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. Oh, you're not impartial. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. No. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. No. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. That is precisely what I was about to say. No. Stop. As a foreman of the jury, it is my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. No! Listen, I'm not done. I'm not done. What's happening here? Are you gonna take it out? Let me see. Ah yes, it seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With magic fire. Oh, with fire? Apparently yes. White for innocent, black for guilty. It doesn't... we're just gonna accept the flying fire, I guess. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire. They have magic into the great scales of justice as we saw a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does it mean we are doomed? Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Now I'm even more worried than I was before. Please, at least let me prove a point wrong. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. This is a nightmare. What did you see? Oh, sorry, we did not press this. What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yeah, collapsed on the floor he was he? And by the passenger, you're referring to the victim, Mr. Oh, what do we have here? And the other passenger had the knife in his hand, like this. By the other passenger, obviously, you are referring to the accused, Mr. Mac. No, stop guiding him. Stop leading him. That's leading. And then he wait. Wait. He was collapsed on the ground though, right? Wait. No. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. Jury number 2, go on. Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, oh no, 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 no. If I don't do anything, it won't happen. Wait, what are you about to do? No! Stop her. Oh. Great. Great. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. Ah, this is not great. Where's the emoji for being angry? Let me see. That's not angry. Is this angry? That's sad. Is that angry? Oh, it is. It is. Okay. How about this? Oh, crying? No. Angry. I'm angry at you. Okay. Hold it. Please, 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 please don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I've painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. Ah, I had hopes for you. Not again. That's 4 out of 6 jury members who propose a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something. And I skipped the text. Wait. That will give us a way to fight back. But... oh, we're done. Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Alright, so when it happened, I think I'm done though. I pressed everything, right? Okay, did I press this statement? You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Oh, fair dinkum. Hardworking city bankers not considered not considered trustworthy these days. Oh no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail. Oh! My lord, I wish to speak. No. No. Yes, jury number 5, I take it that you too, as the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city scourges is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. No! But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind a little longer. Yep. Now, Silver Blaze. The finish is inside. No! Oh. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. Granny? Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Granny, please. Don't do it yet. Madam Juror number 6. Yes, dear. What can I do for you? We have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the witness stand. Oh yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? We're not done. Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He is always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely. Mother Mary go to the McGill Public Library later and resembles. So he did. Library too. How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man Magnus McGilder really is? No, you stop. No, you can't say anything. You cannot influence anyone. You're not supposed to. Stop that. I don't care what you're about to say. I do not want him to say anything. What kind of a man is he? The philanthropist Magnus McGilder has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. I don't know what's a Shylock. What? Stone the crows. McGilder lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. Why, when he defaults, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard any mention of that before. You cannot do that. You cannot influence the witness, the jury. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? Okay, yeah. Yes. Yes. It occurred to me. What possible reason could this man have had to make a use of a public omnibus service? Yes. You're not saying that. The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilder. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Are you saying he killed him? That wouldn't make sense. You said that he would take all his possessions. Financially, it wouldn't make sense for McGilder to kill a person. Even if the person has nothing left, there could be many other ways to repay, right? Like working for him or something. So, a killing would just be a burden to Mason. No, so McGilder. Good gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life. By the merciless philanthropist, pretended Magnus McGilder. I don't believe it. Let's go, Susato. If I might add something briefly, Miss Susato. You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilder. But where is the evidence to support your claim? Oh, he has it. I think he has it. I think he has it. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. Yeah, don't drink it. Aha, there it is, Lord Vanzig's hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. As judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. Could you not have shown us earlier? You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. You should have shown us this earlier. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. I don't. Catalogue of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim who owed 20 guineas. Oh yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum, and the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. No, Granny, no. Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused. It is such a pretty little park too. What a scoundrel. No, please. Still. Oh god. Maybe it's all for the best. Somebody stop her. Oh, wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before. I don't stand for nonsense. This is a sham jury. Ah, are we dead? That was it. The last juror's decision. No. Please, what happens after that? Please, there must be some chance. We are not done. According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Please. Oh my god. That's what it says here. The final verdict is over then? Oh! Please. There's a footnote though. A footnote? However, the defense. Susato, faster. All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Susato, I need you to tell me. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Objection. Ryunosuke, please. Miss Susato, will just tell me one thing. Oh, yes. You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your encyclopedia of British law. However, the defense? What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. Oh my goodness. One moment. When all members of the... Okay. Yeah. Footnote says, however, the defense has a right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Oh, okay. Let's demand it. A summation? Examination?
Objection!
Oh, were you listening? A summation examination? From which century has that tomb you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. Oh yeah? So you're out of luck. No. Let's demand it anyway. Oh! I don't care, let's do it. What even is it, Mr. Sato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment and I'll read about it. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. What typical Nipponese. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions, and it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. How? Yes, in times gone by, voters would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But this procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. What do you mean? Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try this day and age. Let's do it. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that although it may be an antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. Yeah, too bad for you. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Let's do it. A summation examination or our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Assert our right, of course. Slam that table. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination by law. London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth, so we have a duty to the world to exemplify the very high standards of judicial procedures. Yes, and so that means that you have to follow the law. Summation examinations are so what? It's still not revoked. An embarrassment that should remain buried. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. Judge, please. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. Thank you. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Eh? Well, I'm not. There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... What letter? Oh, as in the one that's asking them to be jury, I guess. All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Oh, this is gonna be good. Well, my lord, you're ready putting us on the spot. Why? Do you have something to hide? Oh, you're sweating too. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. Too bad for you. I don't really hold with all this justifying love. Oh well. Come on, lady. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Of course. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Let's do it. Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime. And we will do this in the next episode. Oh, this is gonna be so good, I hope. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.